Give me a moment to finish setting up.
Allow me to remind you that an epidemic
All right.
of unknown origin has already eradicated a few genuinely distinctive towns in the northern part of the country. The cause and circumstances of these tragic events remain uncertain. There is a lot that we cannot explain yet. It appears as though the plague has a mind of its own, as if it is driven by some irrepressible will. Why else has no one managed to fight it successfully? Why does it target the most precious aspects of our existence? The sand plague picks its victims fastidiously, and the same principle always draws it back to whoever tries to oppose it. Surprisingly, we've yet to hear a single word from the powers that be.
Hi, everybody. So, one second. Okay. I'm playing Pathologic Original for the first time. I've got the stream up on my phone because it won't let me go into windowed mode, and I only have one monitor. You know, because I only have one monitor. So, if you want to put anything in chat, I'll try to keep an eye on it so that I can answer any questions or whatnot. So, right now, I guess we're watching children bury a doll. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, let's see what I'm gonna do first. Well, I guess I'm doing new game. Okay. Sorry, it's like, you go, music. I guess this is just gonna be one of those games where, you know, both the original and the new one have, have soundtracks that slap, so here we go. That's what the kids are saying these days, right?
So, it's all about trickery to you? Wherever have you come from?
No.
Oh.
No. I detest trickery, but if we ourselves are to suffer deception, our hands are no longer tied. Where are we?
Well, the muscular contraction is there. Means you're already inside of him. This must be one of the ventricles, right here.
What a silly place. It's stuffed. So it's not real for now? I don't think it has started yet.
Does it matter what it's made of? It's definitely struggling. We need to perform sectio transversalis. Cut the wall. There's no other way out. What else is there to do?
I know what to do. Those who favor hard logic and direct action are bound to be misguided. Only a miracle can set us free without us having to destroy something. And I can do miracles. Just let me.
Will you please be quiet? You're a liar and a thief. Who is going to believe you when you keep lying to yourself? The truth is my shepherd. Whatever happens, I will find answers, and justice will be restored. I will perform the operation. Medica morbo adhibe.
Don't you go all bossy on me, clever clogs. You will act justly, but your justice will blind you and become his demise. This calls for the gentle hand of a surgeon. Step aside, both of you.
Your gentle hands are used to killing, not giving life. You will inevitably do harm. As for Brainy, he has no regard for casualties at all. Neither of you knows compassion.
Yes, it seems unlikely that we'll get along well, but there's only one truth.
Any choice is right as long as it's willed. That's the truth of the matter.
Only the heart will show you the right choice. Stop thinking about yourselves. Think of the sick. He's in pain. I can't see it yet, but I can feel it.
It's not even a trap. It's a grave. Subipsum funis sumus. Can't say I hold a soft spot for it.
I can see that. You're full of hate. Stuffed or not, it's breathing. I can hear it. It can be healed rather than killed.
You mean you won't become a killer? But you will. Mark my word. That's exactly what will happen.
I'm sorry.
But I can avoid it.
No.
That animation
we
of
won't ever
Clara's.
get along. I suggest we be on our way. The sooner the better.
Off we go then?
Let's go. The clock is ticking.
I do have to say that my high school had better productions than that. Oh, it's dark now. Oh, shit. This is got some weird movement to it. Oh, wait. Oh, this is crouch. That's jump. Oh, yeah, and there is no run. Well, at least I'm moving swiftly. Oh, God. I have no idea what any of the keys are for this. Okay. Okay, let's... Settings. Controls. No. I know people like that. Forward. I figured out how forward, backward, strafing. Use is E. Jump is space. Touch is F. Okay. Plague Finder V. Oh god, this is like an old school RPG where you have to use the entire keyboard. Oh my god. Sneak left shift, right control, or left shoulder. Okay. Reload R. Inventory I. Map M. Diary Q. Letters L. Character status P. List of bound T. Sheath holster weapon X. Quick save F5. Quick load F8. Oh god, I'm just gonna take forever to learn these. I haven't played a game like this since, I don't know, F? No. Well, I guess I do go to the door with the light. Oh, this wasn't so worrisome when I was like, I don't know. Like when I was 10 or 15, I would have been like, whatever, this is just how it goes. But now I'm like, Bachelor. The history of humanity witnessed a number of catastrophes that have demonstrated without a shadow of a doubt the pettiness of human achievement and the triumph of invincible evil. Outbreaks of infectious disease that have from time to time wiped towns and cities off the map are undoubtedly among these. However smart and victorious, the people caught up in these destructive events have repeatedly come to the conclusion that it's no use trying to fight these circumstances. The best you can do is bite the bullet and cope with your losses. This is the story of a person who managed to work a miracle and defeat a seemingly unvanquishable foe. He still looks like somebody I want to punch. Only this time, I am him. He also looks like somebody I want to punch. And she looks like somebody that you... She looks like that one girl who's all spiritual and has all those Buddhas, but doesn't actually know crap about Buddhism. Which kind of annoy me, because I was raised Buddhist. So you know. Oh well. Horospecs. How do they call upon the Menku, the faithful of a warden kin? Known by their hands, for they are butchers. Known by their eyes, for they are surgeons. They are who follow the lines. They are the leaders of the kin. They who speak to odors. Those who know the secret art of horospec. What's a horospec? Horospecs? Reading the future entrails, he knows that a body bears semblance to the universe. His scalpel follows the lines of the body. His steps follow the lines of the kin's future. A horospex that can tell a true line from a false one is entrusted with power. A horospex who is confused by his path gets buried into the deep black flesh of the earth. This is the story of a person who has avoided the contradiction, eager to rip a doomed life apart, masterfully fulfilling his true purpose in the process. Well, like I said, Bachelor.
Daniil Dankovsky, a Bachelor of Medicine, was brought here by circumstances most unfortunate. Dankovsky's life work, his theory challenging the existing notions of human mortality, is being harshly persecuted by the powers that be. Suddenly, a letter arrives from a colleague suggesting that there is previous undiscovered evidence which may support Dankovsky's claims. There is a settlement, the letter says, ruled by an extraordinary man who may well be seen as objective proof of Dankovsky's daring hypothesis. Grasping at straws of hope, Dankovsky decides to follow what he believes to be the sign of divine providence. Without further ado, he sets off for the settlement. Late at night, Bachelor arrives in the town. As he seeks room and board, he gets to know a girl called Eva Yan and stays at her place till dawn.
Huh. Okay. That guy looks slimy. I guess. It's hard to tell when he's Why are his lips so full? I think it's just because of the way they animate. That was the easiest way to show them and animate them, because I know that it was clunky to begin with, looking to begin with, even for the time. As of today, my mission remains obscure. The examination of Simon Kane, who is rumored to be a man of incredible longevity, may shake the very foundation of modern thanatology and challenge the notions of death itself. However, even if this underlying Leviathan proves to be more than a fairy tale, the mere confirmation of his existence won't suffice to prevent the powers that be from shutting our laboratory down. What is this wording? I need to figure out the most fruitful approach. Simon is a well-respected man, and if he mistakes my interest for effrontery, it would be nigh impossible to convince him to help me break new ground in the field of human vanity. Today's quests, other tasks, nothing, mission. Okay. So, day 1, by the end of which the bachelor finds himself battling a truly unvanquishable foe. Oh. Oh, neat. Is that me? Really? Already gonna be like that. I don't know what I can and can't use. Oh, that. Oh boy. Inventory. That's a scalpel. That's money. And the clock is ticking and I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh my god. Hopefully I can play this game and I won't get too nauseated attempting to do it. Like, how do I know what I can loot or not? Well,
I've seen the angel of death by the window. I had a feeling you would come.
okay, Eva yawned. Did the sounds from the outside wake you up too? There was a terrible groan, and then something snapped loudly. God. I'm sorry, the old graphics. It's so night and day. I fell asleep so quickly I didn't even notice. It's like I fainted. So what's that sound you're talking about? Oh, cool, they've got it up here. Just like in the olden days. I think there are strangers in the backyard. By the pond, they're unlikely to be planning mischief, but I have a bad feeling about this. I'm afraid to go out to them. I hope they go away soon and stop disturbing our sleep. Why do you think they aren't planning anything foul? Our population is so thin, crime is basically non-existent, especially here in the stone yard. Sometimes there are pranks, of course. Fights happen occasionally. People are young here, so they often go out at night. But we're a tight community, and now I hear unfamiliar speech. That's not a good sound. I'll go and take a look. But I'm in a hurry. I must see this founding father of yours. Are you willing to trade the company of a fascinated woman for that of a dreadful old man, even if he's a sorcerer? That's so sad. But Simon won't go anywhere. He is. He has always been. And he always will be. Even if the moon were to fall to the ground. Please stay with me a little longer. I couldn't even imagine the hospitality here. But who was waiting for me? I didn't notify old Barak of my arrival. I'm not even sure what made me take off for this place. Glory is the messenger riding ahead of the man, a celebrity from the capital, Bachelor Dankovsky, the founder of Thanatica, the man who challenges death. Of course we've heard about you. This glory is undeserved yet, but I hope that getting to know your ruler will give me a chance to live up to the expectations. Death. So that's the enemy you've chosen for yourself. Isn't that hard? I don't think anyone has managed to defeat that evil yet. Oh god, their teeth. I'm sorry, the individual teeth. It's like, oh god, why? You know. Millions of doctors defeated it on certain singular occasions, but my enemy is more fearsome. It's death itself rather than a singular case of death. I don't understand. I don't know why I'm talking like her like this. It's just she looks like she'd talk like that, I guess. So, well, you know. It's like I didn't talk like this for her when I played Pathologic 2. I guess it's just, you know. God, the shifty eyes and those teeth. Why? Why? This is why you don't give dolls teeth. Because these people look like dolls. Because because, you know, graphics have grown up with me. And when I'm pausing, it's because I'm looking at what I'm reading, deciding what to pick. I can barely understand it myself. Could death only seem inevitable to us, but in reality be nothing more than a whim of the will that had shaped this world? That is the question. So where is the key to my victory? It's not far. The kings live by the Crucible on Bridge Square. But could I please offer you a piece of advice? Go on. Simon has two younger brothers. The eldest of the two, Gregory, is called Judge by the locals. Visit him first. He isn't asleep. He'll teach you how to speak with Simon. The youngest of the three is Victor. His daughter, Maria, also wanted to see you. It's probably important. Was it she who knew about my arrival beforehand. Yes, she told me about it privately. Talking to her is no simple task. Maria is that kind of person. She puts on airs, but that's just how the Canes are. It was Maria who told me that she would help you defeat death. That's the precise wording. What a coincidence. All right. Thank you for the advice. Go, and I'll prepare everything for your return. Do come back after you speak with the Canes. They'll probably do a lot of things that will puzzle you and put you on guard. I will have some advice that may be of help to you, if you need it. Okay, I'll come back. Okay. Stillwater. Eva Jan's house. That must be that. Maria, Victor Kane's daughter. Huh. Oh, nice. Okay. M for map. Now. Saved. Yes. Let me look at the freaking controls. So... Sneak. Reload. Inventory. Map diary. Q is for diary. M is for map. Letters is L. Character status is P. Continue. So P. Aha. Rep health immunity. Cool. And L. Isidore Barak's message. My dear Bachelor Denkovsky, it was most disconcerting to learn that the powers that be have the intention of shutting down the laboratory that owes its fame largely to your own research in the field of thanatology. Is it true that your detractors have branded your studies scientifically stubborn? Rejoice, Bachelor, for there is an observable case that would quell the Zuricants that reject the research of death, aging, and necrosis as a subject that lacks academic viability. In this case, were you to document it, would go a long way towards restoring your reputation as a scholar. The subject in question is Simon Kane, who has ruled the town where I live for as long as I can remember. The man's longevity transcends the boundaries of what is plausible. It is phenomenal, no less. I struggle to give an explanation of it with what scientific means I have at my disposal. Make no delay. There is a sensational discovery to be made here, a breakthrough that will not only save your laboratory, but will also revivify your studies and greatly increase your scientific renown. Your humble servant and faithful colleague, Isidore Barak. P.S. I spoke to Simon on your behalf, and he has kindly agreed to facilitate your effort. Daring ideas and far-fetched projects are traditionally very well respected in our neck of the woods. Okay. L. And...
I'm having chest pain.
Oh, that's bad. Sorry, these controls are freaking weird. So I just wanted to... show hide and sneak. Inventory is I. Oh, that's Q. Got it. Okay. Got it. Huh. Interesting. Hi, dude. Tragedian. Venerable Bachelor, please be so kind as to linger a minute. This conversation won't take too much of your time, especially since time stops during dialogues, at least during the important ones, and our dialogue is extremely important. You need to know how to play, after all, don't you? Play? What are you talking about, Masked Man? I am neither gambler nor actor. Of course you aren't. You're a living, breathing man, as evident from your conditions and statuses. You experience hunger, thirst, fatigue, and you suffer from pain, wounds, and diseases. You're so lifelike. You have to eat, drink, sleep, rest. And to make mistakes... the latter being the most definitive proof of my human nature, wouldn't you agree? If I may, I would like to point out just how important it is to keep an eye on your condition. If you get dizzy or unnaturally sluggish, do have it checked up. Vital processes tend to run faster during emergencies than in everyday life. I know a person who died of stress, but it was diagnosed with starvation. It happens. I can testify to that as a doctor. Need I remind a wise man like you of the fact that hunger is stated with food? Gosh darn it. Oh, food can be found in shops, and shops can be found in ordinary houses that are marked with specific signs. Sleep, however, is more complicated. People only sleep in beds, and only in private residences around here. I'm sorry, but that's just how our world is. Yes, the world is unjust. And quite silly, if you forgive me for saying so. Speaking of commerce, different shops sell similar items at different prices. Make sure you don't get cheated. People can be quite brazen around here. You can also barter with folk out in the street. Some things may be nothing more than trinkets to you, but others would be willing to part with their life's blood for them. Blood? Yes, blood. It's not my place to lecture you, but if, following your Hippocratic oath, you ever consider easing someone's pain, feel free to just approach them with a suitable drug. You will see their pain receding before your very eyes. The sick fall asleep when they're close to recovery, don't they? Or when they're close to their ultimate rest. Still, helping the hopeless will grant you a good reputation. You will be seen as a benefactor, willing to part with a precious sleeping draught or a painkiller for a simple bystander. Anything else? No, not yet. Show me the way to Simon's house. Turn left now, then walk along the alley. You will see a cathedral and 3 mansions across the bridge square. Simon lives in the one that is closest to the river. Thank you. Oh, I love this design, not gonna lie. I'm like, what are those scales? I want to rub his head. Halt! I'm going to have to teach you about the technicalities of the setting, time, and place. It's non-essential, but that's how it is. The actor has to be prepared before he goes on stage, or else he'll fall down the aisle or stumble upon a prompt box. That would look mighty silly, wouldn't you agree? Who are you? An actor in a tragic mime show. That's unimportant. Will you listen to me or not? I'm listening. Time flies by. It can't be stopped or turned back. Night follows days, which are then followed by nights. Things happen without any regard for whether you were there to witness them. Do you expect anyone to wait for you? Most events can be missed. And so it would make sense for you to visit the places you care about regularly. You'll find people that will play major roles in your fate there. They stand out from the common folk. The rest are just a crowd in a shot, a background, a bunch of extras. As it has always been. Indeed. Still, it's best to avoid hasty judgment. It's a paradox, you see. Don't try to care too much for the lives of these bound to stand out people, and don't be too dismissive of the silent crowd. Both extremes will end in tragedy. Why is that? This world cares for your reputation, a fine and crucial instrument. Your reputation changes the world you see. for it is a mirror. Wouldn't you agree? So a bad reputation can get you into a lot of trouble. For example, oh, need I describe? You've got a vivid imagination. Everything changes from mystical aspects to mundane things like people you need treating you badly. How many enemies you've got. How high the price is rise. How bad your dreams are. Lots of things. A sorry prospect. So how do I maintain my reputation? Really? How is that even a question? Same as anywhere. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not betray. Do not steal. Do not covet. Do not be an asshole. Do not get caught. The rules are the same everywhere. A truly selfless deed, like risking something for thy neighbor, or even a person who lives quite far away, can help in a dire situation. I see. Really? Good for you, then. As for me, I can't see anything in this mask. I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, don't get too worked up about human lives, and don't put too much stock in another's words, mine included. He who trusts everyone is asking to be deceived. Yet, he who trusts no one is deluded. I know that from experience. Interesting. Sorry. Dude, smoking's bad for you. I don't know if it's bad for a worm, though. Just saying. Okay, I just wanna... Yes. Okay. That's Q. Well, that was a mistake. It's wet, though. Oh, he glue a little. What do you want? This ain't your business. What is this creature? A dung, duh. That's what they call them cattle breeders. Them cattle breeders look like crude and unshapely and unfinished. Don't you know? Wherever you came from, an intruder, huh? Yes, I am a visitor in town. Who could have thought it's home to such creatures? The worm feels sick, head packed, blood boiling, belly freezing. Let the worm warm up. Let him take rest. Do not touch us. We are dangerous. Whoa, that's some stench. That is some stench, you animal. How on earth do you even live like that? Oh, good. I didn't tick him off enough. What? Oh, I thought his head was falling off. Okay. Y? No. T. No. Okay, I forgot how to check my stats. Like, how I'm doing. So, I have to look at my controls again, because I'm, like, trying to practice them. QS Diary, map. Character status is P. P. I'm hunger. Okay. Oh. Okay. morals and luck are great help in managing a small community without resorting to violence. Personal standing can work wonders. What do you mean? I like our town. We're all one big family, but sometimes I get the feeling that we're all controlled by an unseen power. Our actions, but fiction. It is quite possible. Aha. That must be the Canes, yes. Anything I can do for you? He kind of looks like my second cousin. Tell me about the town hall. The town hall is the most useless place in the whole town, I'm telling you. The only thing it's good at is taking up space. It's the most prominent building in the backbone, sinister, and still useless. Why is it useless? Because we are ruled by, well, rulers. There's no officials around here and no need for them to. You want to know what's up there? In the town hall, the post office, and the jail. Nothing more. It's fine. They'll finally repurpose the building someday. Turn it into a school, maybe. Whatever the facility, it would still be of better use. I see. How do I get to the backbone? How come you haven't got a map? You're lost for good without one. The backbone is in the knots. That's the middle part of the districts, between the gullet and the guzzle. Much obliged. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna check my settings while I play and see why. Oh, that's part of it. That's taking away from it. And sorry, I'm just clearing up things so hopefully the game stops lagging. Of course, with what I know about the game, that may not actually help much. What is that? No. Inventory. Clothes. Protective gloves. Drugs. Okay. Rations. Just water. Other. Kerosene. Okay. Oh. Okay, I kind of like those flowers. In that old-fashioned sort of video game way. Ooh, warm. Pete, does it? Yes, it does tell me the time.
However brilliant an action, it should not be esteemed great unless the result of a great motive.
Okay, Gregory Kane. Your photo and stuff, you kind of make me think of an old timey Western prospector. You just need to be in rags. Most venerable doctor, it is with great impatience that we have been expecting you. You need not delve into the minutiae of your business with us, since our family is well acquainted with your scholarly work. We are also quite aware of the difficulties you were experiencing and well prepared to do our utmost to support you. It hurts me all the more to be the one to inform you that Simon, my consanguineous brother, the creator, keeper, and embodiment of all that surrounds us, has been murdered. I can't believe it! It cannot be! My brother was murdered last night, under the strangest of circumstances. But, for all the mystery surrounding his death, I'd rather eschew the notion that his departure was connected to whoever had visited Simon that evening. The visitor is a man of laudable rectitude and an old friend of our family. There are witnesses to testify that he and Simon did nothing but converse. Who was that visitor? Someone you know quite well. The man whom my brother saw last night was your colleague, Isidore Burach. Was he not the very person to advise you to come here as well? Yes. Isidore has done more than he thinks. I have a lingering feeling that time itself is using uncontestable powers to further its own intentions. What do you think? Categories like time, nature, and fate deprive man of responsibility for what goes on around him. I was taught to avoid this worldview. It could be that my mind is clouded by sorrow, but I cannot escape the feeling that your arrival was no coincidence. Your choice was made for you, my dear doctor. Let us not blame fate for it. Isidore wrote you without making us unaware. He took a risk that could have displeased our family. Why do you speak the word fate with such disgust? I prefer the word time, in a fatalistic sense of notion, of course. All right. So Simon wasn't aware I would come. Even though we were uncertain of when you would arrive, my brother was looking forward to meeting you. The tragedy may have been a coincidence of the actions he took in preparation for your arrival. Someone is taking a powerful piece from the chessboard, a piece upon which your position here depended. It is doubly regrettable that Simon was playing on your side. So, you presume the queen knew of the blow and sacrificed herself for a pawn, but why? To grant you victory over death. Was that not your ultimate aspiration? To help you, Simon seems to have played a very dangerous game with fate itself. He went out of his way to provide you with a body of evidence. What did he do? It is of no importance to me what exactly he did. He took another leap for the stars and paid a terrible price for it. I repeat, he was murdered. The subject of importance here is the identity of the murderer. Everything has gone to rack and ruin. I wish I could take vengeance upon the person who ripped the life from this man. Do you want to help us, Doctor? Find the murderer for us. My brother Victor, who's the wing next door, would share some of his thoughts on the matter. Help us, and the reward will not disappoint you. Indeed. It seems there are too many coincidences. Your brother's murderer can just as well be called the murderer of Bachelor Dankovsky. I will help you in every way I can. God! I am convinced that if there is anyone at all that can help us solve this puzzle, then it is you. The mission calls for someone as astute and inventive as you yourself. If Isidore was an instrument of fate, then Simon's murder is a message that fate intended for you personally. Do not think I am inclined to blame you for that. I am not. How do you plan to look for the murderer? We will take our own measures. The only thing I expect from you is to be yourself. Do only what you think is required. Whatever you find out, whatever you do, whatever your day turns into, everything is a clue to the solution of this puzzle. I repeat, everything that is happening here is happening on your account. You have my sympathy. Maria? And Victor. Okay. Simon is dead. His brother Gregory is preparing to take the empty throne of the clan leader. The Kanes are obsessed with the idea of finding the murderer. They do not seem to be driven by rancor, but rather by the desire to uncover a mystery. Oh. It's letter? No. Q. In pursuit of a killer. To find who killed the immortal Simon Kane. The dead man's own family may not want it more than I do. I have a biting desire to punish the murderer, to eradicate them, no matter if they were acting on their own account or behest the powers that be. Whoever they are, they picked the moment far too well. Okay. Good to know. I guess I can't interact with this. Saved. Oh, this soundtrack is weird. That's not a very good looking bench. I'm starting to get used to how this game moves. Oh, it's a person on their head. I do love those. Oh. Oh, you must be...
If we conquer our passions, it is more from their weakness than from our strength.
Wow, you look so much better in Pathologic too, bud. You're very unfortunate in this one. And it's not just because it looks like you were made out of plastic that was bent into shape. The famous Dr. Denkovsky, your arrival is a great honor for us. Victor Kane at your service. Daniel Denkovsky at yours. I foresee that the things have become ordinary for us. That have become ordinary for us. Will probably make you feel uncomfortable and disturbed. I would like to compensate for that impression. You know, our small community has fallen out of the loop. Time leaves us behind. What do you mean? I mean the traditions. Games that we play with passion will most likely be of no interest to you. The people you meet here may seem eccentric, naive, or even somewhat deranged. Please take it easy on us. Don't judge us too strictly. I will do my best not to disappoint you.
I fear that Simon's death is a symbolic event.
Perhaps. How can I help you? Gregory has told me everything, which is to say he told me very little, but it was enough to astound me. He maintains you can provide a more detailed account. So, you have agreed to help us? I have. May I ask why? The killer's goals seem to align astonishingly well with the goals of those who have been waging war against my work for years. I am prepared to answer any questions you may have. When was Simon last seen? He sent Isidore home. Then an hour later he came to this hall to see us. He announced his plans to withdraw to the Focus and receive no one. He told us not to approach the Focus and to fast for a week, partaking of neither meat nor water. Then in the morning he was found dead. How was he found? The servants discovered him in the morning. The room had been ransacked. Everything that was breakable had been broken. His disfigured, contorted body bore signs of terrible suffering. His neck was twisted, his spine broken, I think. No one has touched the body. It is currently inside the focus. It will remain there for the prescribed amount of time. What is this focus place? It is hard to explain. It's his study, if you will, an extraordinarily spacious, creative laboratory, almost perfectly sealed off, except for the door that was visible at all times, metaphorically speaking. I don't understand. It's like an equation or a mirror puzzle. Anyway, the murderer could not have been hiding there. Take my word for it. Well, Simon did get in there somehow. He could perform far more impressive feats. There's a reason why the whole town revered him. Alright, how can I help you? Just take a look around and trust your intuition. Do whatever you like. Speak to whoever you feel the need to. Look for the murderer, Doctor, and you will find them. Keep looking till the last breath. I'm sure your rational thinking will help you. So, Isidore is the only lead. How can I find him? I'll show you, but you must be careful. Simon's murderer, whoever they are, could not be an ordinary person. I can't imagine them even being a person. I fear it could only be fate wearing the guise of a mysterious monster. I will be careful. Okay. So that is... This is where Isidore Burok lives, the man that had brought me to this remote place. He is the last person who saw Simon Kane alive. No, I think Victor was from what he described, but... Okay. Suit of a killer. Other tasks. And P. Health, immunity, hunger, infection. Okay. That seemed important. Wait. There we go. Alright. That was some weird noise. It kind of sounds like into the Gorkon River. Weird noises. What are with all these broken mirrors? Of course she has a dagger. Well, those flowers certainly announce your boobs.
Oh, Mother. Why can't you be here with us?
Sound like a sullen teen. You resemble an adventurer rather than a doctor. How is it that you know me? I saw you in a dream. Don't flatter yourself. My desires have nothing to do with that. I simply saw you take us all by the throat. What else? What else did you see in that dream? I'll tell you when I think I can trust you. I hope that happens soon.
The caprice of our temper is even more whimsical than that of fortune.
Wow. Sorry. Now, listen closely. The time for collusions, secrets, alliances have come. I am going to ask something of you. I am not used to that. I am used to holding the reins, but you are not harnessed, so it would be unacceptable to address you in this manner. I find solace in the fact that my request will be welcome with you. It fits the style of your venture. I am not an adventurer. My job is no venture. I hope it never becomes one. I apologize if my words seem to come across as mangled and silly. I'm truly not used to asking. By the nature of my request demands complete and selfless humility. Just imagine me begging and kneeling, and believe me, I do feel that way. No need to kneel. What do you want to talk about? Today's death was the first, but it won't be the last. Simon has opened the score of irreplaceable victims. Soon their number will multiply. I beg you to preserve the lives of several people when the lines of their fortunes cross yours. Before any of them dies, there will be a moment when you will be able to intervene. I know that for a fact. How? I had a vision. Oh, God, that smile! I am clairvoyant. I will become the nocturnal queen soon, just like my beloved sorcerer's mother used to be. So, what do you want me to take care of, then? And to turn back the wheel that is about to crush us. Yes, this is my last hope. Perhaps at least you are a master of your fate. Even Simon cannot boast this title now. Huh. How would you reward me if in 10 days' time these people were still alive? Would you go with me to the capital? Please refer to Eva Jan with such ideas, Bachelor. She will gladly go to the capital with you. Just remind her to slip into something before she leaves the premises of her house. Well, don't let it go to your head. I would probably be able to reward you in my own way. You won't be disappointed. Let us go back to the people you worry about. Even though I cannot say I share your anxiety, you failed to scare me. That doesn't... Oh, God! The face! Oh, no! What is your face? That doesn't matter. What was destined to happen will happen. You can be whatever you want to be, but not a coward choosing to hear no evil and run away from reality. I will give a list of those I know of. These people are bound to you. Bound? There's a tight... Oh, God, the face again. Her faces are just so weird. There's a tight spring of power within each of these people. Each of them can break the routine of human existence and become something greater. They are standing on the verge of their humanity, gazing into the realm where they could serve a different, higher purpose, without even knowing it. Moreover, they are bound to make the leap, one way or another. That is why we call them simply the Bound. But how is their fate bound to mine? Did you say my victory depended on them? How? I don't know. I'm not a mistress yet. The future is not as clear to me as I would prefer, but I can feel the present, and I already distinguish a dubious guess from the pulse of the present knowledge, devoid of words and images. These people are bound to you. Your lives are connected. I wouldn't have asked you to take care of them otherwise. This wording is so wild. So wild. Are you clairvoyant or something? Ah, yes. You haven't been told, have you? It didn't even cross my mind that someone may be unaware of my abilities. No one here dares doubt them, for they are evident. Yes, the mistress of every ruling house possesses special abilities. I am learning to see the future and transform the present. This fact offers your words a different degree of authenticity. Will you comply with my request? Will you save the lives of the people I name to you? Answer me before going back to Eva. All right, if it's truly within my power, I'll do my best to save their lives. Whatever happens, these people must live. Their fates are bound to mine. They may well hold the keys to my victory in hand. Gregory Kane, Victor Kane, Audrey Stamatin, Pout Pout, Peter Stamatin, Maria Kana, Eva Jan, and Mark Immortel, who looks like he's going to jump out of the screen and strangle me. No. L? No. P? No. O. Q. Today's quest. Suit of killer. Other tasks. Okay. F5. How do I pull up my bound again? I'm still learning these. I'm so sorry. List of bound is T. Continue. So,
The caprice of our temper is even more whimsical than that of fortune.
thank you for that wisdom, I guess. That's what you want to call it. Touch. Oopsie. Huh. Well, they're back. Well, hello. There is something in particular we feel the urge to warn you about. When you speak to the bound, please choose your words carefully. Do not worry, you will easily be able to make out what kind of person is standing before you, an observant man that you are. So use that skill when dealing with the bound. Some of them are indeed worth insulting, where others need to be treated with the utmost respect. I have no idea what you're talking about. Every line you utter will have consequences. News spreads rapidly around here. If you spoil your reputation in one place, you'll have reap whatever you have sown in another. Restore your good name in the south, you'll receive a warmer welcome in the north. They will heed every word you say, and you will be rewarded. Good. The town is small and rather unexceptional, isn't it? But there are all kinds of people here, simple folk and the more remarkable ones. The former will tell you more than they know. The latter know way more than they're ever going to let out. Keep a close eye on them. Your victory depends on it. And who are these remarkable people? There are 27 of them, easily distinguished by their lodgings or their presence. They are called many names: the bound, the fated, the adherents, the gobos tangler, the town circle. Simon preferred their company to any other. Why? Because it is they who decide the fate of this town. Do not be distracted by the fact that some of them look insignificant or disreputable. They will earn their worth. Just give them time. They're the most important joints in the town. Why are you telling me all this? Each day, one of them will try death by the tooth. Each will put their life at risk, and each one that dies is important. Some of them may take the keys to victory to the grave. Mind that the keys are yours, while the grave is theirs. Others will do the opposite. Don't waste your chance to condemn someone who may get in your way. How do you know what is helpful and what gets in the way? Okay, all right. Dropping you more hints would be cheating. Shutting up now. Allow me to conclude then. Each bound you save will influence the finale of your adventure. Each of them has their own goals and motivations. It may so happen that those who seek a different ending survive, and then, well, you've been warned. Okay, I'll take it into account and will be careful. Okay. I need to check Eva Yon. And then I need to go there. No more letters. Okay. Clothing. Cool. Wait, where am I? Okay, I want to go the other way. Caw. I live in Washington, so I'm actually used to... I wonder if there's a way to turn down the bouncing. Because I think it might be giving me a headache. We will see. No. Good morals and luck are great help in managing a small community without resorting to violence. Personal standing can work wonders. What do you mean? I like our town. I've already done this. Okay. Alright. And I know there's no thirst mechanic. Anything I can help you with? No, thank you. Okay. Alright, I will be behind Eva Yon's house. They're gone. What is that noise? I think I'll go around this way. That's supposed to be the grass creaking. I don't know what those two things are. No. Okay. Now, Eva yawns. It's 8.
I've seen the angel of death by the window. I had a feeling you would come.
You asked me to. That ominous singing outside the window is gnawing at me. Who could be singing at a time like this? I can't hear anything.
We sometimes differ more widely from ourselves than we do from others.
Very little time has passed, but I feel hungry and exhausted again. Since you've decided to fight death, you'll have to be very careful. It's September. You will be dying with every breath of our air. What does September have to do with it? This steppe is full of various herbs. They fill the air with dizzying vapors. White whip, twire, and swervy are dangerous in August, and September, when the herbs surrender their juices to the sun. People tend to get headaches this time of year. Heart sufferers lie in bed with pains. My heart aches too. How do you people live here? Twire is a rare herb, so it's usually it's bearable, but this year it's unbelievably plentiful. The elderly say that this is phenomenal. Nothing like this has happened before. They think it's a bad omen. Well, I don't believe that, but the air is droning. Can you feel it? Don't you feel dizzy? Yes, the air is heavy. You need to sleep often. Never go hungry. Drink more water. You need to look after yourself properly. If you feel sick, forget everything else and get some rest. Otherwise, you may die of a heart attack or bleeding. Be careful, all right? Both my heart and mind are strong enough.
I had a feeling you would come.
Oh. I'm gonna take some ibuprofen real quick here, guys. Oh. Because my head decided is like... I'm gonna see if there's a way to make it... later, to see if there's a way to make it bob less. Later, because, yeah, I can't hear anything. Okay. No. So I was taught how to sleep, I guess. At 5. Now. I'm here. Well. Oh, are these marked? Like, one is... No. Town Theatre. Trammel. Alright. Let us go north. Wow. This game really is bleak looking. I mean, it makes sense, considering the setting. Hi. Other. Drugs. Rations. They're all filled with water. That's nice. Okay. I guess I'm gonna explore. Is that an autosave or something? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Does that say my shoes are degrading or something? I don't know. Okay. I'm like, this is similar to... Similar-ish to the way the... Anything I can help you with? No, thank you. What is the Termitary? 2 massive buildings in the eastern part of Earth. The Termitary marks the district's border. Beyond that is only the abattoir and then the steppe itself. People do not belong there. Why? They just don't. It's not a people place. But someone has to work there, right? Some folk do. The steppe people, the butchers, That's way outside of your areas of expertise, believe me. That was intriguing, my good man. Okay. Well, it's a good thing I don't have to pee because that running water. Map. Town Theater. Shelter. Laura Ravel's house. Oh, you're unfortunate looking. My heart is crying for my poor children. How are my dears doing? Is everything all right? Oh, woman's share is hard. You've got a curious town here. I never expected to see something like this in such a remote place. Everyone's tired of the endless construction work. We want quiet. Oh, God, you look terrible, ma'am. Is there a lot of construction going on? Not a lot, but I cannot shrug away the feeling that the world is changing all too quickly. The rulers invite architects from the capital, and they turn everything upside down. It's fun for the children, but a torment for us. You have a very tidy little town. I haven't seen something like this for a long time. Let's go ahead and go to the butcher's. Okay. Hi, dude. You look terrible. Fresh fish. The fish was caught today or yesterday. This indicates there's still live fish in the river, which inspires hope. Contains a lot of phosphorus and other useful nutrients. Some believe that consumption of fish stimulates the brain significantly. What is that? Lemon. Citrus Medicia, a common lemon. They are shipped to the region via the Southwestern Railroad. A highly valuable fruit. Provides a rich supply of vitamins and reduces fatigue, but increases hunger. Increases immunity by negligible amount. Lemons are considered a rarity in this region. Dried fish. God, they really made it look unappetizing, but it does kind of look like a dried fish. The river has provided quite a few unpleasant surprises lately. Could this indicate a mass dying off of fish? Hundreds of dead fish have washed up during the past week. The banks are covered in scales. This has made the people wary of eating fresh fish. They now prefer preserved fish like this one. Okay. Dried meat. This meat was cooked 3 weeks ago. The risks of being infected is negligible, but it's still the meat of the steppe animal. Large shipments of dried meat have been prepared for transportation to the region center and await the arrival of the freight train at the beef warehouses. Okay. Bread. A piece of stale bread. Hard as a rock, but with no signs of mold. Unlikely to be dangerous, but rumor has it that it can be. Walnut. A rare nut for this area. Knowing the children's love for large nuts, the adults would use it as a reward. Now walnuts have become something akin to currency among children. One could exchange a large walnut for something valuable. Can never be infected. Oh boy. I guess. Yeah. How do I complete this? Okay. Alright. Thanks, dude. P, how am I? I'm not really hungry, so I'm not gonna eat right now. I just feel it's best to stock up. Okay. M. Oopsie. Why am I caught? Oh, I was caught on the on the game world. Okay. Okay. Oh God, it's that guy looks like somebody from the mid-late 90s who, I guess nowadays you might refer to him as a Chad. Wow, dude, you've got an amazing... What is wrong with you? Oh, how ferocious Mother Nature is, for 'tis her wrath that has to be withstood. Oh, friend, if only I could wet my whistle, I'd gladly give you anything on earth for exchange for a gulp of chilly spring water. Why don't you drink from the river, then? Only lowly animals, sturdy of image, drink from the river. Us proud men deserve to drink spring water. 'Tis brought here in barrels, but they're often empty. I'll get it from there, but I'm all out of bottles. I drink straight out of a fountain, but I'm going to faint. The air here is too spicy. I'm barely walking as it is. So, you've got an abattoir in town. What is it? It is with great trepidation I set about to answer your question, Professor. An abattoir has been here since nothing else was, and mark my word, here it will remain when nothing else does, for 'tis all vanities of vanities, and all is vanity. Why trepidate? My trepidation comes from the uncertainty and confusion, Professor. The abattoir instills fear, for that is it not a temple of death, an operational one, mind you, unlike the town cathedral on Bridge Square. Operational. Hundreds of bulls are being slaughtered there. What else is there to know? It's our humble town that provides the whole northeastern region with beef, or even the whole country, mayhap. How many poor bull souls does it take to stuff the belly of a country that has millions upon millions of citizens, eh? Your humble river obviously also supplies the whole country with water. Barter. Alright. Five and 5. Cool. What is that walk? Just what is that walk? This place is awfully strange. Okay. Dude, can you not stand upright? Oh boy, these people are something. Mission. Alright, time to see Borak. The hell is that dude? P. That's not too late. I don't have much protection from bullets. I don't know, something about cloth not really protecting from bullets. You know, I'm beginning to think, yeah, walking is a lot of this game. They were right. Well, first, me. Well, fresh meat. Oh, I see. There. Because I know in this game that the little rug they pull out from under you. Yes, this way. Because it came from there, correct. Kid, you're special looking. We know all about you. What are you so happy about, girl? We almost caught the unseen cat. Want to come see her? Oh, that noise. Where did you find such a cat? It's a famous pale cat. Her eyes are translucent emeralds, her fur is gray, and her body is completely transparent. I would never go after such a fright. The light passes through her. It's very pretty, but most importantly, she's invisible in the dark, and rodents can't hear her. That's how light her step is. She belongs to the pale obtuse. To the what obtuse? It's no use. I know you won't believe me anyway. I just came over to see the cat. Just come over and see the cat yourself when it gets dark. It's by the 12th warehouse. The password is hell froze over. I'll do my best not to forget this intricate phrase. Nope. E. Bartering. Shell. Lockpick. Rifle ammo. I have nothing she wants. And that is okay. It's not that. Oh wow, that tower. Is it this? No. There must be a way around to it, I guess. I suppose. Maybe. God, that kid's face. Yeah, I still don't have anything. Aha. Well, I can't get in through there. Am I just being dumb about the entrance to this house? I must be. So, here we are, once again. No one's asking us. Gotta smoke? Who are you? Tell me about yourself. Me? Well, I'm a factory worker. The owner treats us like dirt, though. Well, I got me my own house. Otherwise, I would have been stuck in that husk with the rest of them. Not going out. Not even to buy bread. You just sit there gnawing at what you've stockpiled beforehand. They're completely off their rocker. What are you talking about? The termitary. And why? For what sins? Did we not handle the workload well enough? That might be so, but still. What are we to do now? Nah. Home is best. Feels nice to have one. I can appreciate that. Moreover, living as a commune is warmer, yeah. Mutual support, team support, all that. But when you've got one bite and 1,000 mouths, one gulp and 1,000 throats, support becomes irrelevant. They're starving and therefore getting weak. You don't seem to be starving here. We don't seem to be. How about you take off your big city goggles, eh? Just take a peek inside the dormitory. You'll turn your nose up at it in a split sec. That's where they seem to be starving at, all right. The train is 2 weeks off schedule. Yeah, it works fine for them Providence squirrels. The rest are on their hunkers. So, stockpiling was the right choice. Good for them squirrels. Have you seen anything suspicious? They keep going after the wrong people. What about you, Doc? Can you tell him, man-eating Mara when you see her? She's absolutely cruel, and everyone's gone mad for her. A man-eating what? Everybody's looking for Amara. Well, they say no one believes in her, but everyone's keeping an eye over their shoulder. You know how they paint Maria? Here's a girl warming her hands up with her hair loose, all lithe and nimble, and then she bends back, peeks at you, and bam! Her face is all twigs. Seems like recognizing her is very simple. Hopefully. There's this guy 5 years ago, too. Said he recognized her too easily, too. And then she walked by him, or maybe behind him, right into his very house. He closed the door behind him, but she slipped in. And, well, 4 coffins of the front porch, and yesterday, too. What about yesterday? No, come on, I'm an adult man. On the other hand, pigs fly and all, you know. If Simon can live 200 years, why can't Morris suck his life out, using her twigs as sipping straws? Wow. You're a funny man, Pop. Okay. Oh, you're the same dude. Sorry, don't smoke. Okay. Aha! I found it now, I think. Have I? Yes. Yes, I have. God Patrolman. A foul murder occurred here this night. No authorized access allowed. Inspecting the crime scene is strictly forbidden until further notice. Who was killed? Well, you're not a local, sir, so you're unlikely to understand the loss we've suffered. Isidore Barak, a great surgeon, a benefactor to us all, and an all-round skilled doc. An outstanding man, beloved and well-respected by us locals. Does it really always have to take the very best? What a foul time to live in. I knew him. I'm a doctor, too. Whoever killed her doc must surely be looking to get us all killed. Isidore could cure anything. He also knew how to make cuts or incisions, 'cause was a warden. He knew his lines all right. Like I said, it all makes sense. Whoever killed Simon took Isidore's life too. And this is merely the beginning. Only the beginning? What makes you sure? See, the murderer's deal is all mysterious. There was a talon stuck in the victim's chest. Go ahead. Bend your arm at the elbow, good sir. Yeah, like that. There you go. That's how long it was. It broke off. There's dust on the floor, for the deceased had been a renowned step walker. And the dust was all covered in hoof steps and like traces of sharp bone, I guess. And if someone was using a walking stick around here, I'm telling you, it's her, the Shabak Adir, the clay man-eater. I want to inspect the building. We've been assigned to this post by Alexander, the head of the Sabaroff family. His health is in decline right now, but it's still powerful and very much respected, for it is, they say, been responsible for maintaining worldly order and public safety in a town since olden days. Please kindly address your concerns to him. There's their rod. You just take that road up there and get to the cape. As for me, I'm not authorized to let you in. You should have said that from the start. There and there. I saw it while I went by. Wow. You know, these buildings, there's a certain level of eldritch. What is that? Huh. I don't know what those are, but it's interesting. Eldritch power, kind of like ancient unknowing power that these seem to give off. Oh, cute. Isidore Barak was murdered. The local authorities have sealed off his house. Alexander Sabaroff, the head of the Sabaroff family, has taken control of all proceedings regarding the law and the order of the town. The Sabaroffs are one of the 3 families that govern the town, and Alexander was the person to take immediate measures after the discovery of Isidore's body. Other tasks? Okay. Simon and Ben. Okay. M. I can't zoom out, which is kind of weird. Oh, I wonder if that's where, like, the, step rocks and stuff are. Huh. Okay. Okay, that's where it is. What is that? Fire. Oh, I got a feeling this fire is... What the... Oh, okay. This is set up so you see it. Oh boy. Well, I guess that's that. Thank you. Can I speak to one of you? Oh dear, what have you done? How is it? That was no Shambonk, that was a girl, a living girl. Get lost and never set foot here again. But in the fire, she is not to burn, for she was made of clay. Oh, wrong, all wrong. Hardened she must and fall apart. What have you done, you dimwits? Smells like burning flesh, huh? A mistake, then. Gotta keep looking. Come on, fellas, let's find the bitch. Haven't combed the backbone yet. Where's the patrol? Have you murdered them too? Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty upsetting to see. You know. Just got here. 100. Wait. Let me see how to use the gun control. R. Inventory map. Okay, F5. No. These controls, gotta remember them. Okay. Sheath or holster weapon. Okay. And then... I. Okay. Wow, that's gonna be a pain. I can already tell you that. Pocket watch. M. I am going in the right direction, at least. Barter? Still nothing you want. That's fine. Well, I guess going to the fire was worthwhile. Yay. Let's just burn random women. That always solves everything. Baby. Yeah. No. P. Hunger, health, immunity, hunger, exhaustion. Okay. Hey, dude.
Yes.
Even here he needs to shave. Okay. So, I finally get to see you. Yes, you really do look like a messenger of sorrowful times. In any case, welcome to the Rod. Our meeting is quite significant in a way. Facing the changes with open eyes and taking their first blow is my duty. Do you think we are on the verge of an unexpected, an especially unhappy era? No grim events have clouded our existence since last summer. The country has cured its war wounds. Commercial communications have been repaired. Astrologists expect nothing ill. Do you hold astrologists' opinions in high regard? Yes. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to, sir? I am a ruler. Astrology can be very curious, but I cannot allow it to influence my decisions. I have to act according to factual circumstances. Would you agree? Definitely.
I will restore the order here, rest assured.
Thanks, Sabaroff. So, you've come to meet with Simon, haven't you? What can I do for you now? I was actually invited by Isidore, so I came to meet him first and foremost. But now it turns out that he has been murdered. Yes, it looks like the murderer is always one step ahead of you, doesn't it? The same one that took Simon's life, too. At least, that is the conclusion suggested by the information at my disposal. Same pattern, same signature. Were there any traces? Look, I haven't been there myself. I'm quite content with interrogating suspects. Especially since we already know who we're after. You can join the hunt, by the way. I can describe his features. Who is it, then? You wouldn't believe it. His own son. The fellow came back after being away quite a while. His father had sent him to study surgery when he was but a greenhorn. Quite a lot he's learnt, huh? A wandering scholar turned evil to the bone. All of that just to grab the inheritance. Wait. How did you figure that out? In all honesty, it's hard to explain to an outsider like you. Do you believe in such a thing as clairvoyance, bachelor? No. Well, you should get to know my wife then, or better yet, those who have already had opportunities to witness the power of her prophecies. Former doubters, first and foremost. Rationalists. She's got something to say to you too, by the way. So, your wife called out Isidore's son specifically? Not specifically, no, but it all adds up. And the circumstances of Simon's death make you wonder, too. Isidore's son arrived here last night. The timing speaks against him. It even matches the time it takes to get from the crucible to Isidore's house. That's not enough. I'll have to take the investigation into my own hands. Is there anyone here who can be of help to me, apart from your wife? There are very few good analysts in our town. Everyone is more or less superstitious here, except for one Yulia Luricheva, perhaps a most level-headed and reasonable person, the only person to remain skeptical about Katrina's talents, too. Without a shadow of doubt, she has her own picture of events. She always does. What is this Yulia? She came here with an engineering team when the town was being rebuilt. Did logistics or maybe communications. Not sure. They said she's a true expert in her field. Smart, yes, a polymath. Then the team left, but she stayed. She has my respect, but not my fondness. Very well. I will speak to this Yulia. Okay. The intelligent Yulia lives here. She may be my only ally in my attempt to put the fairy tales of this backwater place to the test of algebra and physics. Okay. And Q. Alright. If this Yulia Lurichev is genuinely capable of rational thought, then she is more astute than the majority of her contemporaries in this town. There are those who would believe that if I am unable to pinpoint the murderer by nightfall, then I am destined to become the next victim. If my encounter with death is so inevitable, then I should prepare myself for it. As ludicrous as it may be, the thought sends a chill down my spine. Other tasks. Okay. P. Uh-huh.
This Haruspex is trying to prove his innocence. It's a no-go.
So, you've come to meet with Simon, haven't you? What can I do for you now? Who are the people guarding Isidore's house? Those are volunteer patrolmen. We usually keep around 20 of them, but I've increased the number recently to 150 or so. Really? Why do you need so many? There is unrest in the termitary. If it weren't certain that Isidore's been murdered by his son, I would even consider the crime to be politically motivated. Isidore was preparing to take over the kin and become its leader, at least according to the information I have. What is the kin? The steppe people who work in the abattoir, many of the factory workmen, an ignorant patriarchal pot isle that hasn't changed much since the Stone Age. They look human enough, but if you look closer, they're just beasts. Believe me when I'm telling you that I am not snobbish in the slightest, but there's good reason to call him that. Wow. Yes. Isidore always had the air of a person untouched by civilization. Goodness, Isidore was an educated modern man compared to them. They revered him, too. He got to know modern knowledge, but never left his people. A complicated man. May he rest in peace. Yes, I'm sorry about Isidore. I don't think you're aware of the fact Isidore came to me last night, just after he had returned, and warned me that there were some ominous events ahead of us. I took that as an unofficial warning about his upcoming takeover. Curious. No. So you took measures? Evidently, I've mobilized the patrols. I see what you're implying, Bachelor, but I'm not insane. Engineering Isidore's murder, as a matter of fact, a strong independent kin under useful rule would have been way more useful to me. Really? Why? Because that would weaken the power of the honorable Vladislav Olgensky, who pocketed the economy of the whole town. He'd rather see the kin as dumb and speechless herd. And come to think of it, well, I'm sure you understand where I'm going with this. This is precisely what Gregory warned me about.
No, I can't stand it much longer.
All right. Why are you giving me that look, as if Simon's death was my fault?
Neither the sun nor death can be looked at without winking. Who said that?
All right. Clocks. Oh, wait, no. I think I've remembered how this place is put together. Maybe? Or maybe it's on the side. Or something. Wow, you are dramatic.
It's true. The girl has proven that she's a saint, not a killer.
The only proper way for a duel to end is with the death of one of the fighters. That's what battles are supposed to be. Any conflict that has two sides inevitably turns into a battle of good and evil. Why are you telling me this? I am not speaking metaphorically or metaphysically. I am talking about a very particular battle. You are one of the combatants, Bachelor Dankovsky. Do you favor good or evil? I favor winning. Spoken like a true warrior. I wish you victory, Bachelor, even though I doubt there can be any victory at all in this battle. You are very kind.
The wheel of my fortune has touched me in a dream.
Okay. You are a brave man, Bachelor Dankovsky. Why? This fight is very unlikely to end in your favor. Does a clay and bone man-eater leave traces of the kind you have witnessed? It's only a spell, an illusion. They just prefer to see it this way. Makes it easier for them. What, man-eater? I'm sorry to break it to you, but you will have to fight to the death. Even if it were a metaphor, the ending is still unambiguous. If you don't find out what happened before nightfall, you will die. How do you know all this? I am clairvoyant. What is the nature of your visions? This should not be your primary concern at the moment. You should concern yourself with number of minutes you have left, and that number is dwindling. I don't throw precautions or predictions around. Others will tell you how often they have come true. Do heed my words. Fine.
My eyes look just like buttons, don't they?
Oh, fourth wall. Oh, the torment. I can't bear it. Why don't you take painkillers then? Oh.
Simon, to tame his impertinence, Earth had disgorged a monster from deep within its bowels.
Gross. Do you also think Simon Kane's death was unnatural? No, not at all. How could someone who had absorbed all our blood not die? A single man cannot handle that. There are limits to a living being's vitality, and there are limits to the world's patience. you mean by the limits to a living being's vitality? I think I've heard that somewhere before. Simon transformed our town into a single whole, a living being. He was the heart, and we were the blood running through the town's veins. We radiated his life, and that's why we used to shine so brightly. The bound are actually bound to Simon. What about the limits to the world's patience? What do you mean by that? I can't elaborate on this. I can only feel it, as if it was a heavenly wrath, the payback for all he had done. The world couldn't stand it anymore. But the world must have made someone its weapon, right? Who's to blame for his death? Even if someone did have something to do with it, is that person worth blaming? Most likely they didn't even realize they were killing someone. Yes, that's how it was, and now I see very clearly. Forgive me, but you must take my leave.
Only in things.
Okay. Oh, a spider. Lolth. If you don't know who Lolth is, I can't help you. It's a D&D thing. Saved. Map. Now what? I'm gonna bang on my microphone with my hand. I bet everybody listening to this now or in the future really hates that. Huh. Spitty. Well, I guess I shall check out Yulia. Which is this way. Alright. The little pitter-patter of bachelor feet. I don't know why I said that, but it felt appropriate. Pitter-patter of little bachelor feet. Tip, 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 tip. Oh boy. Let us go. Yes, I am going in the right direction. Wow, nobody here has good posture. I just have to point that out. It makes me want to straighten my posture. Stand up. Hey you! Don't mess with us. We know a thing or two about life. Why are you so bristled up? It has begun. A crushing blow to the soul in the house is being prepared. There are almost 70 dog heads. No one will escape their doom. Who are the soul and a halves and dog heads? A soul and a halves have a soul and a half, and the dog heads have dog heads. As you can see, it's a clash of ideas, a matter of principle. It's an us or them situation. There will be no mercy. You've got some fierce games. A game to some, destiny to others. I hope you avoid manslaughter. Let's barter. What is this? Meditorum, painkiller. Rather than a sleeping draught, restores a small amount of health. Good for restoring strength during sleep. Meditorum has a strong sedative effect and includes sleep even during induces sleep even during excruciating pain. The effects last 5 hours. Price 2. I do have. Neat. I don't know when I'll need it. Oh, this sound is so wiggy. I just wanted to say that. Yes, this is where Yulia is. You know, everybody says it's drab, but these buildings really do have personality. When you're kind of like, hmm. Okay. Does everybody have a broken mirror in their room? Oh, you look sad.
What?
God, that photo in the corner, though, she's hot. I'm having some big gay feelings. I seem to have lost my capacity for observation. My mind is out of tune. Things no longer add up. Before, I had no trouble forming a trustworthy tessellation out of the most imperceptible contingencies. Now I simply cannot get my head around it. Could it be that I'm dying? It happens when people are tired. You probably haven't slept for a while, have you? Oh, no. Herbert Trevine is in blossom, I grant you, but then it blooms every year. Every year the steppe is filled with its stupefying vapors. The issue I'm having, however, has nothing to do with fatigue or perplexity. It is just that I have lost my ability to make distinctive events coincide. What herb is that? No matter what preternatural traits the locals ascribe to it, Twire is as all heady aroma, a bunch of superstitions, and remarkably little else. It has a psychoactive properties after a fashion, but then so does simple wormwood. Visions caused by ingestion of belladonna or Jimson weed are much more fascinating than what Twire has to offer. It's a pity I'm not a botanist.
I'm afraid it's natural. Simon was doomed.
Huh. So, you have traveled all the way here to find out that both people you wanted to see were brutally murdered. Is this how the story goes? I do hope your visit is not in any way related to these most unfortunate circumstances. Do you like Eva Young? I have to find out whoever it is that killed Isidore and Simon. I wanted to ask you for help. Sabaroff told me you have a gift for all manner of investigative inquiry. I am certainly no better investigator than you. I have had a chance to search for a murderer before. The best I can offer is to fill in the blanks with whatever mysterious supernatural entities seem most fitting. Shabnak Adir is the simple man's scarecrow. I would have followed a different narrative. What's that word? The one you've just said. Shabnakadir, you mean? The steppe demonology describes it as a kind of golem, bleached up by the earth to push out all manner of delinquency. It is shaped as a young woman, but made of clay and exhumed of bone matter. An unnerving concept, is it not? I've always suspected that primitive worldviews still existed in the remote corners of our country, but I couldn't have imagined they would be so active. Wow, Bachelor, you are a dick. I just wanted to let you know that. I knew you would be exasperated by this discussion. Sacrifices, bovine tails, handfuls of milk teeth in a glass beaker. You may forgive this to children and steppe people, yet have the same notions reiterated by someone surrounded by books on natural history. This must be quite vexing. How would you explain this, then? The answer is bound to irritate you even more. The tales are true. So you believe all that yourself, too? I do hyperbolize a little. It is beyond debate that the Shabnak Adar exists. What is dubious, though, is that its bovine tails and milk teeth offer genuine protection from her. Which is to say, sympathetic contrivances like this may be of some use to children and people from the steppe, but are explicitly ineffectuous for someone like you and me. We are too literate, too deprived of the scripture codified in ancient soil. So, am I supposed to write off a bad harvest as a sign that the steppe spirits are angry now? We have no choice but to acknowledge the rules enforced by the steppe. We tried to ignore these rules, to place ourselves in the framework of advanced modernity to no avail. You can call these demons what you want. You may refer to the hair eater as time, if this will make you any happier. I'm comfortable with more juvenile vernacular. It is what I'm used to. You're repeating something that Isidore had once told me, almost word for word. By the way, I find his mirth far more infuriating than Simon's. All right, let me suggest then that while he was in the steppe, he saw or learned something that he wanted to report to all the three ruling families. In this case, either of the Elgemsky family should have been on his itinerary, especially since Buruk was one of their own men. Really? Definitely. The whole project from the abattoir to the railway is controlled by the Elgemsky family. If Isidore's discovery had anything to do with the kin, Isidore would have certainly relayed it to Vlad. So do make sure to pay a visit to the lump. That's the name of the Elgemsky mansion. Another fitting name, wouldn't you agree? Thank you, Yulia. What I wouldn't do without you. Okay, that's just south. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna Big Vlad and Capella. Interesting. Okay. F5. Okay. There is little doubt in my mind that Isidore was well acquainted with each and every family in power, but it was Olgemsky that held Isidore's leash, a relation rooted in unbreakable family loyalty. It was with the Olgemskys that I must make my next destination. Okay. L. Okay, no more letters. F5. M. Okay. Oh, okay, that's someplace I can't go, but there are step runes there. Well, so far the day hasn't gone too fast. Oh man, lady, you're so weird. Hey kid. Whoa, that's startling. What's wrong with you? What's that cathedral in the center square? It's not the central square at all, it's Bridge Square. And the central square is the spin-a yard one. Why call it Bridge Square? Because no one knew there was going to be a tower, so the plan was to create a square that would be completely situated at the very large bridge, like that Y. They would make it a fun fair there. Well, I guess the tower is quite more compelling. Of course it is. I mean, there could have been magicians at the fun fair, but the tower is way more exciting than any magic tricks. Why is that? Well, because. You have masterfully evaded the question. Well, you know, I'm leaving the town soon. Do you know the train schedule? Hey, but will you revive Grandpa? When the game starts again, I'll ask him to make me a hunter. Who are you going to hunt? If Grandpa shows you how to hunt right, you can even catch a star. But you can only keep it a while. Only while the game is on. And what are you playing? It's autumn, so we're playing Underground Bonfire. Do you know the rules? No, I don't. Oh well. What can I trade this weirdo with? Shells. Revolver ammo. A nut? Well, yeah, I guess. Thanks, kid. Am I going the right way at all? Probably not. But I think I can investigate this real quick. For fun and profit. Maybe. Wait, where the heck's the entrance to this? Well. Oh, wow. That's definitely a sky. I'm really going the worst way. Is this better? Yes. I'm just resting my voice for a second. I don't know if there's anything up here, but I'm curious. Because I've... Why do I hear crying children? Thanks, game. Thank you for that. I really appreciate the horror of hearing children crying when I climb up a tower. Oh, it's 11. It's almost noon. Oh man, this kid has really broad shoulders. I heard so much about you. Ooh. Why so gloomy? Why so gloomy, Pumpkin? I want Grandpa to get better. It's sad without him. Is your grandpa sick? My grandpa is dead. Grandpa Simon is sick. No one plays with me now. The grown-ups never let us into their games. Neither do the boys. He really loved you little ones, didn't he? Loved? Why do you put it like that? He still loves us, and he always will, even the naughty ones. Sure, of course, just a slip of the tongue. Presents, Uncle Bachelor. Do you want to trade presents? Sure, why not? Alpha tablets, an outdated immunity booster, only useful in very large doses that cause serious health damage. Alright. Interesting. Nothing to trade with you, though. Okay. That's the town hall. God, kid, you're creepy! Staring at me with your creepy eyes. Thanks. Way to make me feel comfortable about playing this game. Okay. Hey, weird kid. Okay. This way, I guess? That's good to know. Okay. That's an interesting construction. I'm just gonna put that, throw that up there. This way then. Oh, I guess that might be the lump, huh? Since it's so effing weird. Like everything else. That's not what I wanted. You do have revolver ammo, and I have nothing for you. Okay. Oh, that's great painting. That's a big bed. And a chessboard. Oh, does Big Flawed like to play chess? Your outfit's better than two. But you are wearing corduroy.
Hard. It's hard.
Okay. Bachelor Denhovsky, of course. Who else could it be so dapper? I've heard quite a lot about you. Have you taken a look around? Be sure to check the state of the industry around here. We have our own ways. How curious. And what is the current state of your industry? Come now. It's a complicated establishment with 1,000 years of history. A special approach is required to control such a colossus. See where I'm getting at, emissary? But no, such business always leave room for improvement. I can see we're not going to really see eye to eye. The project is special. Very special. That means common standards do not apply here. That would be very naive. You are probably right.
So my Haruspex is the Ripper? Funny.
Okay, dude. Yes, getting everything back on track won't be an easy task. I'd like to inquire about the fate of my colleague, Isidore Boruch, about the matter of his death, to be precisely. What are you implying? What is this a manner you're talking about? Be so kind as to mind your own manners. I had nothing to do with it. Don't they say Isidore was murdered by a step-demon, a Shabak Adair? There was that thingy, a talon they fished out from the wound. I could take this from kids and weirdos, but you, a respectable negotiate? It's hard for you to believe, isn't it? It used to be hard for many. Take my boy, for example. A scuffer if I've ever seen one, and now even he believes it's real. He went off his head a bit. You're in the steppe now, esteemed sir, eastern and backwards. The dead rise from their graves here, clay dummies dance, and bulls talk. Does he know the steppe well, that son of yours? He rubs elbows with the rabble, the butchers, odong, shepherds and gatherers, learns their tongue, collects their legends. He doesn't keep them in check at all, and they even dare to come visit him with within the premises of the town. If you see a worm creeping through the streets, he's definitely looking for my son. What's wrong with them visiting him within the premises of the town? They're dangerous, they're aggressive, and they hate everyone who isn't a steppe person. They'll jump you and kill you on the spot. They'll tear you up with their teeth and devour your flesh while you're still throwing fists at them. So if they're spotted within town, countermeasures are taken. So what of your son? Perhaps you could tell me more about these creatures. Hold your horses. You want to talk to my blockhead? No, you have nothing to talk about. He is not here, thankfully. I do not want you two to meet. You hear me? These are tradesmen's words, and I'll stick to them. Yes, undoubtedly.
What?
How do you think Simon died? I don't think he was murdered. How could he who craved monocracy not perish? He couldn't. Not in this place. Balance requires equilibrium. So, Simon's course of action contradicted yours. Come now, what I'm saying is, when someone takes too much upon themselves, they always end up ground down. That's how life works. Yet, they say Simon was the one to bend the circumstances, not the other way around. No one seems to doubt that. Simon has lived a very long life. Very long. He was a worthy man, but long doesn't mean eternal, does it? No one is to blame for his death. Examine the body. You'll see for yourself. It just happened. Cain won't let me examine the body. Well, that is temporary. A family tradition. He's not lying to you. He truly believes Simon was murdered. Were he to admit that Simon simply died of death, he'd probably go to his last home himself. The shock would be too much for the man. That's strange. Gregory Cain didn't appear sentimental to me.
So my Haruspex is the Ripper? Funny.
Isidore came by to see you last night. Don't try to deny it. So what if he did? What were you two talking about? Business, my curious friend. Purely business. I have no interest in other subjects, and has nothing to do with you. And with that, I bid you. The door's behind you, the big one. I'll find the truth anyway.
The girl is fine, but the boy's unbearable.
Wow. Okay. This is blatantly a following thing. Like, I don't know if I get too close to him, if he'll get aggressive or not. I can see where some of the sound is been taken from like there, how some of the music has been taken from. Aha. Oh, this... Is he attacking me? Oh, crap. Haha! Can't get me when I'm in here. Oh, neato. F5.
Katerina thinks Claire is a messenger from heaven. Yeah, right.
Your image and your voice is even douchier than in 2. Yes, I'm going to compare these guys. One moment. Battery saver. Okay. You found me here. Oh well, I'm not surprised. I suppose you're not too surprised by the fact that everyone knows about you either. The rumor of your arrival spread like fire. Why have you come? I've come for some sightseeing. There's a peculiar incident yesterday by the spleen. The children were playing in the mud as usual, but then suddenly they ran away from the sandbox, and the parents noticed their hands were smothered in blood. However, none of them were wounded. Neither were any of them surprised. What is the solution to this puzzle? When the worried adults came to the place where the children had been playing, they found nothing unusual there, only sticks and stones. What do you make of it? Your children play peculiar games. Nice to meet a person of a skeptical mind. I am Vladislav Volgensky, the younger one, of course. And you are, of course, Daniel Denkovsky. Yes, that is me.
We promise according to our hopes. We perform according to our fears.
You're not wrong. Bachelor, I have news for you that should prove to be of interest. You seem to be looking for the killer, right? I'm listening. I have to briefly explain a few things to you. Have you already been told what the termitary is? I would like to hear you describe it. The termitary is a huge bunkhouse where the Wool Project workers live, although living is the wrong term for it. They nest. Their nesting is a commune with a rather simple way of life. It could, without reservation, be called savage. What is the Bull Project? The whole industrial system of the town, from the abattoir to the goods station. Would you care to listen as to why I wanted to see you in the first place? Very much so. Please go ahead. Let's get to the point then. A case of pointless, aimless unrest has occurred in that hive's mind nest. The workers there are prone to lashing out from time to time like beasts frightened by a storm. They rage, they howl, they gnaw at one another. An unsightly image of mass uprising. And that is exactly what's going on there right now, isn't it? Precisely. And why are you telling me this? Riots occurred in the termitary several times before. The mob goes crazy for a few days, then calm down just as unexpectedly, all of them at once. The sudden calm is just a void of reason, and as the unrest that had them ago previously. Having a certain experience with the kin, we simply block the entrance to the zoo off until the riot defeats itself. What is this kin? The kin is, well, it doesn't matter. It's hard to explain. Their whole so-called society, the many-headed biology. Very well. Let us get back to the subject. We usually lock them up beforehand. The evidence of an upcoming outbreak of mass lunacy becomes obvious in advance, and the termitary's Father Superior informs us of it. But Father Taichik has recently passed. A curious coincidence, don't you think? Mass anarchy. Anyway, a member of the kin managed to run off into the town while we're busy taking measures. How did he die? How should I know? A disease, most likely, or an accident or something. That's beside the subject at hand. A disease. Could be flu or a hernia. I don't know what caused his death, and frankly speaking, I don't care. When one of these ants dies, the rest loot bits and pieces off of him, bearing what's left afterwards. And are you asking out of professional curiosity? So, why are you telling me all this? I think you and I can help each other, Doctor. You're looking for the killer, and I'm sure it's the runaway butcher. The title of half-man suits him very nicely. The Canes claim that Simon had not been killed by a human hand, don't they? And our family doesn't need unnecessary unrest in the town. The butcher can babble devil. This butcher can babble devil knows what. His mind is most likely clouded with insane ideas. So you'd rather he keep mum about what's happening inside. You are correct. They barely know how to speak, but it only makes matters worse. Half human, half beasts. If they started preaching, you feel as though you've encountered a doomsayer. I need this butcher to disappear. Hand him over to the Canes, or simply kill him if the beast attacks you. The reward will be hefty. Very well, I'll look into this. Where can I find him? He is most likely being harbored in a suspicious house. That's in the crude sprawl. Yes, my father is a man of rather hard-handed disposition and quick-tempered to boot. If he finds out the crude sprawl is concealing a fugitive, he will make a mess. Pointless brutality serves no one, and I'm looking for peace rather than blood, I'm telling you. I'll do my best to make sure you're right. Show me the house. Oh. Or, I thought you treated native people better.
Katerina thinks Claire is a messenger from heaven. Yeah,
One moment.
right.
I do have to say that my throat right now, due to all the ash that's been in the air around Seattle, it's getting raw faster, which is kind of unfortunate. But I still am planning to go on for another half hour. See how it all turns out? I used to keep this place secret, but all these secrets seem so childish now. What do you think of Simon's death? It is known that Simon had limited his social activity just before his departure. He only received 2 visitors. I know nothing of the first, but the second one was no other than Isidore Burrock. In fact, he was killed the same night. Makes you think, doesn't it? Okay, Topaz, I guess I won't pet you. The killer took out a witness, or an accomplice. Isidore was a complicated man. Have I told you about his position in the kin? He used to be a very well-respected person there, and I can't say everyone liked it. What do you mean? Isidore wasn't a doctor. He was more of an herbalist. He never studied medicine. All his recipes were about plants and roots, so to speak. He was a knowledgeable, a sorcerer, if you will, but a very different one from Simon, an earthen sorcerer. I've never heard that Simon used to be a sorcerer before. Simon was a theurgist. Isidore was a witch doctor. And you think Isidore, the witch doctor, had managed to achieve the unachievable, a possible theory, but rather questionable?
We promise according to our hopes. We perform according to our fears.
Vlad, now tell me, did Isidore visit you last night? Tell me the truth, please. Yes, Isidore did pay me a visit, but don't ask what we talked about. I have no right to share it with you. That is because it would make you betray your father, isn't it? Yes. Seems it's better to put the cards on the table with you. So far, you're coming across as a very smart person. You've talked to my father already. What do you know? Everything. Almost. Almost everything. All I want to know is where you come into play. Isidore said, note, I'm merely retelling it secondhand. He said there's an epidemic in the Stemp camps. An outbreak of Tarbagon sickness, perhaps. The plague, that is. Father had issued an order to lock the termitary up to prevent the infection from getting in. What are you so afraid of, that you would conceal this? I don't understand. You did the right thing. There's an underlying sensitive family matter here. To cut the long story short, my father would kill me if you found out about this conversation. The unrest in the termitary, you see. Well, I incited it to make father lock it up. He didn't believe Isidore. What do you think was the cause of Simon and Kane's death, especially taking into account the fact Isidore Burrock had been his last visitor? We need to warn Reuben. It's very urgent. He's about to examine Simon as soon as the period of time required by the Canes passes. But where is he? I have no idea. That face. Where is he staying? I don't know. There was a secret dissecting room in one of the warehouses, but no one knows where exactly. He used to live mostly in the steppe, sometimes sleeping in the termitary or Laura Raval's shelter. But he's not there. I know that for sure. He went away to mourn his master. What would you have done if you were him? I'll check every warehouse, of course. Perhaps I'll find something. Hell. No. That's not what it did. Q. Unfamiliar disease. M. Factory building. What else did he say? Okay. Reuben's Prosectorium. Crude sprawl. I think that's over there. Well, I guess I'll try that. F5. Wait. There we go, it's saved. I have to see it saving, otherwise it didn't save. Oopsies. Yes. Now. Okay. Oh, that dog is startling. Okay. The pitter-patter of little bachelor footsteps. That's what I'm calling it now. Tell me about Nina. When Nina died, everyone was terrified. No one could wrap their mind around it. It was truly and utterly unthinkable, and yet it happened. Dying is not really a common habit around here, you see. So when Nina passed away, everyone started saying that a shall not came for her. A soul, or maybe a turned skin, a creature from beyond. I see. But what can you tell me about Nina herself? Her name doesn't really ring many bells to me. Nina Kana? Nina the sorceress, the most gorgeous woman I'd ever seen. So wild and fierce and intimidating. Just one brief look at her walking down the street, with or without her escort, could make you weak and then in the knees. You could almost picture her upon a throne. She could cut you with a knife, looking you in the eye, and no one would say a thing. Only a Shabnut could take that one. So what, did anyone find the turnskin? Not really. So now you want to give it another try. Very funny. I'm not in the mood for laughing at all. Alright. I'm actually rather enjoying this so far. Froggies! They really worked hard on the Foley work, didn't they? Am I going in the right direction? Think I am. Oh, I think I know where this... Okay. Nice. That's certainly a tower, but also not where I'm trying to go. Okay. Yeah, I already did those. I didn't notice that, though. Oh, right, I can still do that. And a needle. Alright. These must be warehouses. Kid! Oh, wait, you're probably going to the place that... Anything interesting? Yeah, but I can't trade. I have nothing you want. Maybe I have to go on the other side. Oh, can't climb those. But maybe not. I almost feel like asking kids what they're doing in a place like this. I mean, you know, if I could walk to a place like this when I was a child, you know I would have. Well, wonder if it's one of these. F5. Oh, neat. Oh, yum, blood. I've seen those diagrams. They're really old. So he's in the warehouse. Think. Let me double check this. P. No. No. Oh. No. Well, he's not here. Wait. Yeah. Let's try to at least get to grief, maybe? That troublesome individual. I think it's in this building based on the map. Yeah. Based on the map, it should be this one, but... Oh. Doors by the fire. Okay. Wow. You're kind of a dick.
Feels like my stitches are popping. Nah, that ain't no simple lass. Got a keen eye for playing tricks. Takes one to know one.
Huh. Welcome, welcome, dear guest. Give a man something to drink, let him grab a bite, sit him down comfortably, show our big city guests some respect, and don't let him out till I say otherwise. Where am I? Ain't it obvious? The Brotherhood of Thieves, that's where you are. You've got two options now, you do. Dine in hell with us, or run like hell from us. Let me go in peace. I'm a doctor. Since we've just met, Doc, you go in peace for the first and last time. But next time your exit will cost extra. I'll keep that in mind.
Many a one says ill that sleeps well.
Well, mate, got any good stuff? What the hell are you talking about? You're a Sawbones, right? Yep, a Sawbones. You can go anywhere you like. All them doors open for you. Wish my thieves could do that. Well, if something turns up nice, waste no time and drag it over here. Good stuff will fetch you a good price, it will. Just as I thought. Show me what you have in store. You watch it, mate. I'm trusting you here. You're probably going around drinking coffee with the big potatoes day and night. You ain't gonna rat us out now, are ya? The stuff I'm selling, good and bad. Not an enemy to myself, am I? Neat. Huh. A Derringer. A rifle. Wow. Twyrine. A knife. Lockpicks. Oh, this slaps. I'm just gonna say that right now. Oh, that is worth nothing. Okay. Well, you're too expensive for me.
That changing glass was faster than you. Send her regards.
Hey, Grief, who killed Simon? You think I did? I'm not thinking anything, I'm asking a question. Asking, huh? How could a man like that be fooling around with them afterwards shenanigans not die? Oh, that expression. Ain't nothing good about sticking your nose to where us humans are neither welcome nor wanted. Don't trouble trouble until trouble troubles you. Right, Doc? So you think Simon's been killed by a supernatural creature? No one is to blame for his death. It's all been coming to this, Doc, it was. You tease death and it'll snatch you up. I've seen some shit. I've got experience, mate, so I know what I'm saying. And Simon didn't tease it, so he saw it coming. Show me who's blaming a man or a ghoul for it, and I'll spit him in the eye. What's with the street hysteria? Women getting... Oh God, this slaps. I'm sorry. I really like this music. What's with the street hysteria? Women getting killed? Are those your men at work? God, the teeth. No way. No way. My folks are only catching little fish in muddy water, nothing more. Would they go looking for trouble in a time like this? Why would they cut beggars anyway? The ones after them girls in the street are your honest working bees, scared shirtless, got themselves hung over twirine, got themselves grim fear knocking on the back of their necks, and boom, batshit insane they go. You've got a silver tongue, haven't you? Well, you've got a keen mind, mate. You find yourself a killer, Doc, you will. Each passing hour spawns a ton more of those. You're bound to catch at least one by the end of the day, I figure. I will. I'll find the one that will leave even you scared witless.
Feels like my stitches are popping.
Alright, bye. And F5. Wow. Okay. So I got to meet Grief. Okay, it's noon o'clock. Yes, that's its technical term. Man, I love the music in Grief's place, though. Wow. That must be the station. L. Wait, there is no letter. There is Q. Yes. Ration style of possible died of inflammatory disease. Okay. Maybe I can cross here? Well, we'll find out in a minute. Okay. Well, gotta say, this reminds me back home. We have, a lot of these. Oh, one. Map. The machine. Don't know if this is where I'm supposed to be. We'll find out if I die. Oh boy. Oh, it's locked. Good to know. Grace's Lodge. A Smitty's house. Huh. Man, I don't even know if I'm in the right direction here. Well, I'm seeing people that I can actually deal with. Huh. This is very different music. Alright. I don't think this is where I want to be. Oh, this is really good. I like the sounds here. Huh, that is one creepy doll. Why is your place so dark? Why are there so many dolls?
We frequently do good to enable us with impunity to do. Lies always turn out to be true. Don't mess with Earth.
Okay. Do you know where to find clean water around here? You're one of the locals. I'm visiting this place for the first time. And so I know where to find water. I'm just curious if you do. What's wrong with running water? All the water comes from the steppe, and it isn't exactly clean. Yesterday I inspected all the springs in the area. There seems to be no more clean water around. That salty taste is everywhere. It's reddish in color, and there's disgusting clots in it. Where can I find clean water, then? The town folks store clean water in homemade reservoirs. This modest supply should be enough to help us at least a little while. But afterward, we'll have to drink that bloody mixture. How disgusting!
Why is the termitary so loud? What are they celebrating?
Oh, Spitty, your veins are swollen. Does being close to me make your blood stir? Was there anyone around that would want to see Simon killed? No one's seen the shop knock yet, but everyone knows what he wants already. Do you know what a man-eater's victim feels? That a man-eater's victim feels the encroaching death. They know in advance they're next on the list, and so they walk about restlessly, waiting and waiting and waiting, and then the wait is over. That's how you can tell who's being haunted. Why are you calling her a he? I don't believe the man-eater is a woman. Anything is possible, of course, but I think it's sexless. You seem well informed.
We frequently do good to enable us with impunity to do evil.
Your veins are all swollen. Does being close to me make your blood stir? Aren't you a funny girl?
Why is the...
Okay. That got me nothing. Oh boy. No, thank you. You have nothing I want. Maybe I will check the factory real good. Okay. Wow. The music for the step is really haunting. Like, good job. Okay, that's not gonna get me in there. Well, there's that. Do I want to be going into the factory? I don't know. One. I can't get in there. Two. Well, there's not much in here. Nope. Good to know. No Reuben that I see either. Don't see an entrance to that one. Is this where I'm supposed to be or not? I'm like really confused. But that's okay. Sometimes games don't have to, you know, spell everything out for you. It's more entertaining that way. That means I have to explore. This place just really feels like an unfriendly place for, you know, big city doctor. He's more of a scientist, let's be real. But back in the old-timey days, doctor. Difference between a doctor and medical personnel could be very slim. I really wish I knew what the thing in the corner was. Alright. me. It's like, does that mean something, game? Maybe I need to go to the bathroom. Is this the little bachelor's room? No, I guess not. Bachelor's not allowed in there. But what if I need to go to the little bachelor's room? Well, I'm going to go ahead and leave that there tonight, folks. I hope you enjoyed me trying to figure out Pathologic, the original Pathologic. I'm currently playing as the Bachelor, where we get to hear about the Bachelor's little pitter patter. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have a good day. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.